Greetings, Japan fans. In today's show, we are going to be looking at philosophy. Maishu, arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the 7th year of the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy committed to your success, the president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, a best-selling author, Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. My new book, Japan Presentations Mastery, is going to be released shortly. We are broadcasting around the world from Minato-ku in the center of Tokyo, the leadership capital of Japan. Now, this podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan, and trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentations Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is yakisoba arimasu ka? Yakisoba arimasu ka? Do you have fried noodles? Yakisoba, by the way, is absolutely delicious, so something you should definitely try when you're here. Yakisoba arimasu ka? Yakisoba arimasu ka? Do you have fried noodles? Yakisoba arimasu ka? Yakisoba arimasu ka? Yakisoba arimasu ka? This is episode number 424.20. And today we are talking about, do you have a leadership philosophy? We are often leadership practitioners rather than genteel philosophers pontificating on leadership issues. Yet, we have probably developed a certain style of leadership nevertheless. We just haven't focused on it as a methodology because we're too busy doing it. We leave the books and articles to the academics who study this stuff with intellectual rigour, complete vast research projects, and then write about business from atop their ivory towers. Or we leave it to other successful business people to have ghostwriters assemble their mad ramblings into a coherent form and get it published. Or we have that rare bird amongst business people who can write their own tome on the subject. If we think about the concept of kaizen, continuous improvement, it would make sense to apply this to ourselves as leaders in our businesses. We should take a moment and examine just what we are doing, why we are doing it, and how we are doing it. In this way, we can analyze where there are gaps, inadequacies, and fluff. Maybe we received our business education in the University of Life, or maybe at varsity. But we cannot rest on what went before because business keeps changing. Sometimes you'll read a book on leadership and think to yourself, I could have written that. It is a bit like comparing your kids' daubs at play school with some modern art and see the results as basically the same. The big difference is you didn't try and produce that piece of art and you didn't write a book. The process of getting your random thoughts into a clear and coherent story is the discipline of the writer. We don't have to publish a book on leadership. If we search leadership on Google, we get 1,870,000,000 results. On the US Amazon site, it lists over 60,000 books on leadership. So, do we really need another book on the subject? However, that same discipline needed to write a book is useful to uncover why we do what we do and why we think what we think. Start by breaking down what you do as a leader. This will be a bit of a shock because you quickly realize that you spent a lot of time managing and doing work, but it is not actually leading. That in itself is a good breakthrough to remind us that we need to work on the highest value items. One of those must be getting results through others, and that means more time should be spent on leading the team. We can take a look at strategy. Is this just some fluff we pump out each year to keep HQ happy? And we really haven't spent any significant time educating ourselves on strategies for growing our company. Have we noticed that a lot of what we do is down in the trenches, and we're not spending any time standing on a sunny upland contemplating the bigger world and devising a strategy for the future direction of the business? Find out more. We come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Our show today is brought to you by, on the 30th of July, we're doing analysing issues and decision-making. On the 3rd of August, getting results without authority. On the 6th of August, innovation. Our website is www.dale, D-A-L-E hyphen Carnegie, C-A-R-N-E-G-I-E .co.jp. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. If you like learning by watching videos, then we have over 1,000 for you there at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, as well as my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's a premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays, we have Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. We might reflect on our communication. Another shocker. We notice that we are telling people what to do most of the time. We are not engaging them to see what they think, to plumb their experience and garner their ideas. We are shouting out orders like a pirate captain. We also notice that we don't communicate much about the big issues facing the business. We don't do many town halls or regular update emails to keep everyone abreast of what is going on. If we attended a meeting of the regional heads for APAC or a get-together with the top brass back at headquarters, we keep it all to ourselves and forget to share the findings with the team. How much time do we spend on motivating the team? This is a trick question because we cannot motivate the team. We can only create the culture and environment where they motivate themselves. If you don't believe me, try shouting, "Be motivated, be motivated, be motivated," 10 times to any staff member and watch the results. Leaders get the culture they deserve. So, what have you been doing on the culture build front as a leader? Nothing much? It is a simple exercise to break down the various aspects of leadership in your business and then examine just what you are doing as opposed to what you should be doing. Yes, it is a bit scary, but better to be scared by yourself than a rival or the market. If it goes well, it might be time to reach for the search tool for that ghostwriter or get busy typing yourself. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Take what you found valuable, immediately put into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. Be one of them. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.